how exciting this is. Welcome, all of you. We are launching our Xtreme One to Watch podcast. So you know me, I love to talk because I'm the voice of the Xtreme Barrel Race, and it's been a pleasure over the last, well, almost 30 years of being able to produce and promote barrel racing. So our background is my great-great-grandfather started our business in 1876, and I'm fifth generation, and daughters, both Tegan and Destiny, are sixth generations, and we have a company called Burns Events. And what we wanted to do with this podcast is to be able to introduce and bring people in to share their stories. So Destiny, tell us a little bit about you and your journey with barrel racing and how you became part of Burns Event and now runs Burns Events.
Yes, so was blessed to grow up in the family that I did. So grandfathers had race horses, and then grandfather on the Shaw side also rode horses and helped as well too. So grew up with always being with the horses. Unbeknownst to mom to begin with, when I was signed up for dance, I had no coordination whatsoever. So we tried it all. Couldn't sing, couldn't dance, couldn't do gymnastics. My brother ended up taking over my gymnastic lessons. And instead of going to dance, my grandpa would say he was taking me to dance, and we would go to the horses instead. So I've always had a passion about horses and started at a very young age. Unfortunately, we lost my grandfather, Dan, when I was just 7. So just had a short period of time with him, but it just stuck with me. And then Grandpa Shaw was able to come in and fill in too, since he moved back from working out of town. And so I was very blessed to have great influence and help that way from grandparents and parents, and to start to barrel race. And always kind of started out of all the events we'd go to, we just kind of helped a little bit, it seemed like too. And then Dana had the vision of the Black Hawk Arena, and that came about when Tegan was a very small infant as well too. And from there we started putting on events. So it started out, we volunteered to help run the facility here at the Black Hawk, and so was able to, from cleaning the bleachers and sweeping and such, was around it at a very young age and just loved it. It was my passion, was to be around animals and to see something start from nothing and to become something big when the events would come in. And so that's kind of where we started in the early 90s. So I've been around it almost my entire life, and it was my passion. I've tried a few other things, but I was never as passionate about anything as producing events. And I think that goes back to, I like training barrel horses as well too. So getting them from nothing to something, and that's like an event. So you start out with nothing and then you have something great at the end. So that's where my passion comes from it. And been very blessed to have all of you come into our Xtreme family as well too. So
how about you, Tegan?
Yeah, so always been super passionate with horses, just like Destiny. Tried the ropes with other things like dance and, oh Lord, singing. But
I tried.
it always went back to horses. So I always rode horses with my grandpa in the mountains, where we would really get our barrel horses fit. So I learned the love of barrel racing as well as love of trail riding with my grandpa, just to keep the horses fit and their minds sound. And then I went out to an equine program at a private school where I found other ways to keep my barrel horses fit, which went into dressage. We did jumping, hunter jumper, So really got a lot of exposure to other disciplines as well at that time. I'm not currently riding horses. I'm still in the game. I'm an equine insurance agent and like to talk horses all day, every day, as well as working in the family business. So it's been great. Horses are really my passion. They've drove me from day one, even when I don't have one in the backyard.
We often say that we represent the spirit of the West, and the spirit of the West is in all of us. We were seeking a better life. Our family came west way early in the 1840s and busted the sod in this great land, and we have a real special connection to Salina because all of our forefathers have been in this region since the 1840s.
I think the purpose of this podcast is really just to inspire and motivate people to be their best, to continue on, to better their program.
With Xtreme, we have really enjoyed getting to know everyone from across the country and all of their great inspirational stories that we get to hear, and we would like to share those with you.
We will be bringing in incredible guests throughout this series, and we hope that you will enjoy One to Watch.